late. They played it against Renegades, looked terrific with that. But there's Sure4. Nice flank coming out there from the Roadhog, and Iman gets put to sleep, but even so, they're up a man. They don't have to worry about that DPS threat, and this is Selfless's opportunity. Moving forward, Pulse Bomb already out there from Sinatra, as well as Sure4 making the change over to Tracer here.
Now, Selfless already looking incredibly strong on that first point. We will, in fact, see Zephyr pulling back, Sure4 coming away with his life for the time being, but Sinatra and Defran going to go ahead and quickly cancel that out. Sinatra still in the fight, though, has that Pulse Bomb coming up soon. Both tanks up. Emong actually going to get demeched. We'll have to see if Sure4 can come out with this kill. He's just kind of trying to troll around and see if he can stay on the point long enough to actually keep it up. As we do see Zephyr finding the kill on the deck, it's still back and forth. We do see Kresnik actually taken. It's still back and forth here as Rolf falls. Gods is really one of the only guys left alive, and that's going to be it.
It's Defran, the man. He picks up 2 big kills there and should be able to finish off Zephyr. He's going to be demeched here. Adam is coming around in Tag Visor from Defran just to secure this one. Not the worst ultimate by any means, but they just a decent amount to work with if you are Selfless, but you've got to be very wary of Rolf with the Transcendence. Defran and Sinatra, they're going to kind of have to use those at different times, I feel, because, yeah, there's the Attack Visor. He immediately uses Transcendence. Now Sinatra can time this out to drop that Graviton Surge when it expires. 3 people are caught up in this one. A kill off onto Rolf comes of it, but unfortunately 2 tanks are too much. A blocked out ultimate Kaiser straight into Kresnik's shield, and Kresnik should have this under locks if they can take care of business onto Gods.
Sure4 does find the Pulse Bomb kill onto the Diva after that Self-Destruct does come out, but still not going to be enough as it looks like Selfless. Oh, are they going to be able to do it before that? Oh, right before the overtime ticks up. That's 0.7
That is
seconds.
Actually big. That is really big because
lend anything to that.
Yeah, they don't have that 76, so they don't really need to have the high ground. They can back off of that one. They left Imong up there. He just went down. They can rotate as a collective pull anywhere they really want to. But Defran and Michael down early on here, so definitely not a good start for them, at least to try to hold on to this as long as they possibly can. Cloud9 looking to set a pretty similar pace, but no, Sound Barrier from Dak. They're going to try to turn this around here to see what they can do. Pulse Bomb's out there, 6 Kresnik, and the shield gets 2. Dak too close to him, and Cloud9 surely will come through with the first checkpoint.
Defran's still going to be a pest, though, still going to try to get his work in, and not really looking like he's going to be able to pull anything off. He did manage to kill off Rolf, but really, I mean, that first point was very much because of Rolf, just to begin with, because of the fact that he was just unchecked in the back. We saw him more potent with that blade, and Emong with it in this court. We're going to see the blade pulled out from Gods here.
They actually forced Kaiser to utilize his ultimate there because of a Pulse Bomb from Defran up top. Even so, it seems to be worth his while. Emong able to grab a couple for himself there, but in the end, it should be the rest of C9 cruising forward to the second checkpoint and quite a better time than we actually saw. Over a minute extra compared to the side of Selfless, but Selfless have people coming back to this one. Kresnik immediately dropped. Both supports are here. They're going to be taken down with ease. I mean, that's going to be a little bit of a walk for the for Rolf and Adam, but they're, of course, going to be speed boosted back to this one. So even so, Hurix 3:15 on the clock for C9.
Opportunity to press it in that first point on the objective for that overtime.
God's coming through with the Dragon Blade. Initially, he had unsheathed it, got pulled in there, but Imong wasn't able to fall through with that kill thanks to the Transcendence from Rolf. They're still struggling on the defense to be able to muster up anything here. A minute remaining. They're going to try to hold this off as best they can. Can Michael 3D get here in time? Doesn't look like that's the case, and it's going to be Selfless, or it should be Cloud9 finishing with about a minute extra. 57 seconds is what they're going to get.
Kresnik just charging out is going to be more than likely shot as he goes out of position. But Sinatra finds Sure4 as he falls down. He was even out of position himself, and that's a huge pick because now they find 2.
They're going to pin him back into the cafe here. They do pick up Sinatra, but the numbers, oh, Nano Boost onto Kaiser. Kaiser doesn't have an ultimate. He's going to try to swing away. Gets 1 for himself. Isn't enough to charge. Does miss a little bit here, but still, there are numbers for both sides. Ultimate ready to go from Kaiser. Needs to make sure he isn't, obviously Kresnik's shield isn't up there. There's a Nano Boost onto Kresnik. The Shatter's out. It hits 3. Sure4's there. He needs the cleanup crew. He picks up 1 for himself. Cloud9 have an opportunity, but Kresnik comes through. The Shatter kind of missing there.
Oh man, somehow Kresnik and Emong are still alive. They're so low. They need to get that kill on Emong, and they finally do. Zephyr with that pickup. Kaiser still pressed. Everybody is in his face, but they have everybody from Selfless so low. Look at this overtime ticking down as they find these last couple of kills.
Oh, Kaiser gets the Nano Boost for a second time here, and I mean, Selfless, don't even put up.
He's going to pull that out, and then everybody else is just going to get pulled in with no transcendence from that Graviton Surge from Sinatra.
Looking for Surefour to come through big here. If he can find a pick onto Defran, who has attack visor. Oh no, Surefour does actually get taken down. They force out some ultimates, and all cards are on the table here for Cloud9. I think they can maybe could have looked for a regroup off of that. I didn't like the transcendence from Rolf at all, given the fact that a couple of those guys were down early on. 12 seconds to go here. This could very well be a tie on Hollywood.
We'll have to see. I mean, time is definitely dwindling. We do see the pulse bomb at the ready. Can Surefour find a pick for himself? They have the sound barrier out. Pulse bomb not going to find anything as Kaiser turns, and that's going to be Sinatra pulling out that Graviton Surge. It doesn't look like anybody from Cloud9 is going to be able to sway this fight at all here.
Kaiser's going to be taken down. It's Rolf and Zephyr, the final ones. The Shatter comes down. It takes care of business, and we have tied on Hollywood in our first match of the best of 5 series, which means we're going to be heading to the second map, I believe. Or is it a tiebreaker? I'm not exact. I believe it's actually the tiebreaker map. It will be on a King of the Hill.
They're going to be contesting in the courtyard here, Storm, and funneling now finally into that point. They're still pressing this forward, trying to really kind of press into Kresnik as much as they can. And now they're going on to the point. This is where Kaiser really likes to sit, whenever he possibly can, just sitting in between these two doorways, just swinging away, keeping his barrier healthy so that they are at a little bit of an advantage when the fire starts coming through the doorways.
Nice hooks from both ends, but in the end, it's going to be Defran and company already generating that pulse bomb to get things started. Both tanks are going to be out here as that triple tank setup coming out there from the side of C9, clearly not working in their favor to get things underway. They do have a nano boost on both ends, but Defran already back up to 50% on that pulse bomb.
Not going to really find a good pick with that sound barrier up, and that's the grab coming down from Sinatra.
They have the shatter out there from Kaiser. It looked like Kresnik didn't really manage to hit anything off of his, but it's Defran coming through. The follow-up is there for the Graviton Surge to get the flip. There was a late nano boost out there onto Sinatra Zarya, but even so, anything to make sure they can grab this one. 93% now. They're going to be forced to trickle onto this one, given that Gods was taken down late in that fight. But he has a Dragon Blade. They have a nano boost. They've got to get something going. No, they don't even make it back in time. And that's going to be Selfless taking the first round. There was so much to work with for C9. I mean, you have to at this point, given that it is a best of 3 on Lijiang for this tiebreaker. And Defran, well expecting that, is back on the 76, putting Sinatra on the Tracer. All feels right again. As Kresnik, we saw him on the Diva earlier, specifically on this point in the semifinals up against Renegades. He's going back to that one and relying on Emong to break out that main tank role of the Winston here. So we'll see what they can get done with it into a Pharah.
Well, this is certainly the type of composition that typically does do work against Selfless, but, you know, they switch things around for them, because while the Tracer is definitely going to be able to get back and involved in this next fight, he's not going to be able to initiate the fight with the pulse bomb. He's not going to be able to start the fight off with a pick, and he'll have to come in. Surefour deals with him so easily, though. Sinatra's out of the fight completely.
Hits him with a direct as he tries to re-enter the fight now. Still, they don't really have too much to work with. Self-destruct, Primal Rage is all they can do, and that's decent to get resets at this point and make sure they can try to hold on in overtime. But regardless, you're looking at Adam 30% off from another Resurrect. Emong is off the map. Oh no, that's not going to be good for the rest of the team. And this is looking like Cloud9 should have this in the bag to move it to a game, or round number 3 rather, as they do demech the Diva. Michael 3D more than likely not going to make it back in time, and Cloud9 tying things up.
And Sinatra has really been struggling.
Cards on the table here for the third and final round of this tiebreaker.
And we will see Kresnik on the point, contesting with Kaiser at the moment. And they're just trying to battle it out a little bit, just trying to see if when that control point unlocks, can they get on that point again to try to get some free score ticking up. Emong just looking for a pick on the side. Surefour going to try to deal with him as he doesn't have that hookup.
Kaiser, though, in the front line now, trying to get a little bit of that added damage onto Kresnik. About halfway to that ult, has a little bit of an advantage in that category, but no, it's Defran with the pulse bomb. Does he get anything? It looks like a bit of damage, but unfortunately no kills coming through. Zephyr will be the first to drop. There's Surefour's ultimate. He doesn't find anything but the wall, and still a back and forth fight, but look at, I think Selfless are kind of cornered in here.
Michael in the back. I mean, Surefour is all over the place. Now he's not really even being contested. Sinatra going to be at that high energy as he's looking to try to get this Graviton sorted. Defran in the back, going to be just ripped apart as he is asleep there by Surefour. They're trying to swing this around, but it looks like Selfless actually has a huge advantage unless Emon can be eliminated by Surefour. He has the pulse bomb ready, but he gets swung.
Got a 4-on-4 on the point, but no, Rolf going to be taken down. There's a Shatter Kaiser, able to find two off it. The charge up to Fran, recalls through the charge. Kresnik is going to be here with one of his own. Remember, they're at 90%. Are they going to get the flip mid-fight? They do indeed, and that's going to be C9 backing off, looking for another engagement before this finishes up.
They need to get on quick, though. Kaiser taken out. They're not going to have a main tank to kind of push them into the point, so this doesn't look good for Selfless at all. Gods really needs to make a huge play here. Sound Barrier comes out. I don't know if they can pull this off.
They used the Shatter from Kresnik. He didn't find anything, but remember, Kaiser is back up in the mix now. No ultimates coming up here other than Zephyr and Gods. If they can manage to hold off for another 20 seconds or so, they might have it, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Selfless have the numbers here. They almost have an ultimate from Sinatra, who's actually taken down, but even so, I don't think it matters at this point. God's the last one remaining other than both Surefour and Adam. Here he's trying to do something, immediately taken down as he brings out the blade, and I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that Selfless have this one in the bag. Kaiser coming off of a respawn here, he doesn't make it back, and Selfless go up 1-0 in the set.
Now moving on to Kings Row, Selfless with the advantage. That was Cloud9's pick of Hollywood, and still very, very close matchup, but Selfless off at all. And we'll have to see if maybe they can do something about it, but he already picked off Kaiser. This is horrific. You
gotta wonder why no one was thinking to
deal
with him.
There's the hook, though.
I mean, I guess that you can't solely just rely on Gods to get a hook at that point. I mean, you gotta wonder, what were they thinking to not try to combat that high ground, maybe tunnel back if possible. But I mean, clearly it worked out for him.
Gods is a
finding
monster.
Him, Gods picking up a couple of hooks for himself, Furix. But even so, I hope they make an adjustment moving forward after this fight. Victory, Zephyr does receive that nano boost just to ensure they clean this up.
Well, I mean, obviously this play definitely makes the most sense. Look at Defran's positioning actually right now. If you look where Defran is at the moment, he's all the way in the back, getting right back into that window. Kaiser already found a pick on the DAC, but I'm wondering, does anybody know that Defran's up here? Because now, not only is he back on that back window, but he's also on that kind of corner side where he really has a great angle for these guys. Oh, we do see actually Rolf spotting him out, so they know he's up there, but nobody's going to be able to do anything about it. Oh, the hook comes out as well from God, so he doesn't have the option. Whole hog coming out as he's very, very low.
I don't think Selfless expected this. They just turned around, speed boosted in there, and brought out the whole hog with the sound barrier, but even so, Sinatra was lingering on the point. They capped the point. They actually pull a C9 right there. They didn't pay attention to what was happening on the point here.
Round for Surefour at the moment, who's just kind of in the background. Defran, oh, I don't know if he sees. Oh, he does see him. The pulse bump comes out onto Kresnik, but saved actually there. And that's going to be by DAC with the sound barrier. Defran finds that kill.
Oh, but they turned around for too long. Kresnik didn't have his shield up, got hit by the Shatter. Even so, there was no one there to follow through. Kaiser didn't really have the necessary support to be able to move forward past the line of sight of the payload, so he just kind of forced to back off of that one. Adam's going to be taken down, and another checkpoint secured, 305 for the side of Selfless. Do without that nano boost. He's going to break it out here, gets the projected barrier. It's going to be into a sound barrier though, so he's looking for Michael 3D in particular, but Sinatra trying to push him off for the time being. Like you said, he made that change. We're down to 20 seconds here. What do they have to show for it? They have a nano visor coming up soon, but no, it's Kaiser in the back line. Nano visor coming out here from Surefour. This should be easy cleanup. 10 seconds to go. I'm not sure if they're able to make it back.
Nah, there's no way. I mean, we're going to be seeing the Tracer pick come out from Emon just to try to contest it so that they have an opportunity. And now, no other swaps actually, as Emon just gets obliterated and doesn't even make it over to the point. And actually, this looks as though that's a pick. That is a pick right there that they needed. Defran going to be taken out. Now Selfless are going to have to pull all the way back because even Michael isn't even in this fight. So you will see Emon kind of sliding around the side. Is he going to be able to find that hook? He does indeed, killing off Surefour.
That's a big pickup, and that's Sinatra as well, narrowly avoiding a hook. Gods gets the nano boost. It's into a Graviton Surge, but no, he's charged into. Oh man, there's a Shatter Kaiser looking for something. He's going to be dropped so back and forth, but Gods trying to knock them off the point. They have a tick here. The whole hog not going to get much from either side, but even so, it's Emon dropping in the end. 3 people are still here for the side of Selfless, but the attack visor comes out from Surefour. They want to secure this one in due time.
You will see Cloud9 pulling back. And they finally do actually secure this objective. after quite a little bit there. 3:45 remaining on the time bank as they pull this.
This is just allowing Defran every few seconds here to get back up to his own ultimate now, but there's a Graviton Surge. Everything is on the table for both teams.
Michael 3D pretty low by the grenade. Very nice coming in from Rolf as he secures the fact that they're not going to be able to get that healing that they need to sustain life. And actually, it's going to be C9 pulling this one out. Really great performance, actually, from Rolf. He is insane right now.
Dak is still alive. Finally, he'll be taken down by Defran. Knowing that they might have to deal with the Tac Visor, I think I like that pick a little bit. But look at Emog up top here. He's creeping around, looking for something. He gets a hook onto Wolf. That's a great start for these guys. Dragonblade's out there for Gods. He doesn't get anything. It's Defran picking him up with the Tactical Visor. He is going to be reeling in the kills here. Kaiser looking for a shatter. He gets Defran in the back, but Kresnik blocks out the rest of them. I think this is it for C9 on King's Row here. They have Adam in the area. He's going to be hit with the hammer. He's going to be taken down, and Selfless finding themselves with a 2-0 series lead. Cloud9 ultimately going to be on their back foot right now, Kyrix, and looking for a reverse sweep, which is going to be, again, as Cloud9 going to have to pull out something. They are going to put Gods on that Roadhog, and Sinatra over to the Zarya with Defran on 76. So Defran going to be starting with the 76 rather than the Tracer, despite Sinatra being on that Zarya pick.
So I really do like this. I mean, yeah, they do often have the Tracer in this, but I think Defran really wants to off-angle and, you know, just pushing in damage from afar on the Soldier. This is a consistent pick that we see on this map. That Soldier is just so strong on Sanctum by just, especially, I mean, if you just get an off-angle, just tearing into the high ground whenever a team is up there, you can really put in a lot of pressure, get your ult up pretty fast, and have a very, very high impact in a map like this.
That was a nice, oh, the hook comes out there. Gods takes care of it. Surefour is going to have a rough time trying to match what he's able to do with that Tac Visor.
Zephyr sending out the self-destruct into the back line. Not going to be able to achieve anything, but that's going to be Surefour kind of in the back line, just staying away from Defran, who has that nano visor. Look at all these kills they're reeling in on the side of Selfless.
And the fact that he picks up both supports immediately couldn't be better for Selfless. I mean, they were just easily there. The self-destruct initiation from Zephyr didn't really push him back too far. It kind of dispersed a little bit of Selfless, but now overtime taking down Adam, trying to get there inside. Waves hello, but he takes the dip off the map. Dak with the boop, and that's going to be Selfless with a convincing first round.
Now moving into these next few maps, I mean, Selfless
this time around. Zephyr sticking with the Diva here, nothing really. Surefour as well making a change over the Tracer. So both 76 is wanting to go with a little bit more versatility and looking for a little bit of a duel on the side. Meanwhile, the team's looking for a little bit of hammer pressure from the Reinhardts. Kresnik may be an opportunity for him to move in off of this if he can find something here, yet kind of being dispersed. There's a charge from Kaiser to get it underway, but Surefour the first to drop here. And now Kaiser finding himself a little out of position, might be able to get back into this.
Well, Kaiser pretty low at the moment. They do get the flip, though, with Selfless still in the area. Like Zephyr at all, because they really don't have any answers for it. But going into that next fight, where Sinatra will have it, they might have that sound barrier from Adam.
Didn't find anything with a pulse bomb, though. So they're actually just going to back off this. I mean, losing Michael 3D so early on in the fight, I would not be surprised to see Cloud9 continuing to press this advantage forward. And Surefour does just that with the kill on the Sinatra. They've got 10 seconds to get back into this one, but Cloud9 looking pretty dominant here, and they still have a pulse bomb coming up on a nano boost as well as a sound barrier and a late kill on the deck. I guess you could call that an early kill to this fight because they're going to be forced to move into this 5-on-6, and they don't even touch the point, Kyrix. That is a 1-1 scoreline across the board here.
3-tank strat actually coming out for Selfless, so they won't have that Winston to deal with it. Emon could certainly slide over off of the Roadhog to deal with them, but already that Roadhog is still a solid pick, so I'm not sure if they even want to, because Roadhog could inherently deal with Kaiser, could still get hooks off onto Rolf Gods. I mean, anybody really. Surefour could get the shutdown on any of them, so I don't think they want to swap that just to deal with Genji.
Selfless feeling pretty comfortable with what they were running previously, but no, Surefour already grabbing himself a pickup with the pulse bomb, and they are just going to clean up the house here as Kresnik is still alive, just going to die with the rest of the squad.
Still, oh, he does get it with the
oh, that's big, and I was worried because it was Dak coming through with a sound barrier to initiate the fight despite them holding on to it here, and it was Defran coming up big for them with that kill, but still, plenty of people here for C9 to turn this in their favor. They're at 99%. This is going to be flipped here. Kresnik is way on the side here. He's going to be trying to charge onto the point to make sure they can do something. This is going to take down, and they're going to be a struggle for Selfless to be able to get back to this point here.
Surefour winning out that duel with DeFran too. I mean, that's going to easy opportunity for him to deal with Michael 3D. Doesn't know where the pulse bomb he was even at, so he's just kind of skipping around, wound up dying off. C9 steal this one away. That's going to be 100-91 as the final scoreline. They're at 2-1
here. So we'll see if that's going to be the case with the Roadhog this time around. I'm looking for some big plays from DeFran. DeFran has to come up clutch if they want to be able to pull themselves back into this one.
See, Kaiser already at 30% as he's gets hooked out by Among, but Among didn't have the ammo actually to secure that kill, or at least put in a significant enough amount of damage to put Kaiser, reeling back onto the point. And it looks like Cloud9 are just almost about to get this point. Oh, he actually gets the charge off, but the hook in actually Kaiser killed off there by Emong.
And like you said, they got the point about mid-fight there. I don't think it's really going to amount to too much if Selfless take this back, but a Graviton Surge comes through there from Sinatra. Should be an easy cleanup as they get Kaiser out of the mech, take care of business here. They lost a friend to get a hook out here. See if they can open up this fight. Graviton Surge up high there, coming out from the side of Sinatra. As it looks like Kresnik actually gets the nano boost up here, and again, they open up the fight. They're actually dropping all of their ultimates into this one here, and they retain this, and remember, only 10 seconds left. They have a couple of people near the point for C9, but I'm afraid this is a done deal. Surefour coming back on the 76. He is going to be taken down easily, and that should be Selfless tying this one up. We are headed to a 5th and final round here on Nepal.
Really good performance. Now the question is, what is that final map going to be? If it's Sanctum, he gets that hook, but really you're relying on these guys to make some huge plays to shut down Gods, who's an impact player himself.
Well, right away, we're looking for something from Emong. Wasn't able to do much with his hook here. Surefour trying to flank around the side. He's not quite going to get hit with the bio grenade as this point starts to unlock. This is a battle of the Tracers looking to pick up an early kill, get some of that early ult charge, as Surefour currently has a little bit of a lead, but now the teams are going to be forced to engage off this one. Kaiser on the Winston, Kresnik with the Reinhardt here, so a little bit of a difference in those main tanks, but Kaiser forced to jump off this one. I think they might be able to press this forward, especially Surefour has his ultimate ready to go, but no, it's Kaiser the first to drop.
Still, Emong with that kill on Kaiser. I mean, they need to really do a lot more with that. Gods falls actually as well, and DeFran not only getting those kills alongside Sinatra, but he's actually going to secure his tac visor just to push this forward and make sure that C9 can't battle their way back, because that's something that C9 has done before, is that they've come back off opportunity here to take this one, which is going to be the last fight.
Pulse bomb's out there, Surefour capitalizing. Dragon Blade, everything's on the table here. We're going to hit overtime, certainly, but the Transcendence is going to be able to battle past a lot of that damage that came in there from DeFran, but man, Sinatra trying to even out the playing field with the pulse bomb of his own, was looking for an opportunity. We're in overtime now. This is everything. Cloud9 need to pull this in their favor. They are going to do just that with the kill on the DAC as well. Kresnik is still in the area with a couple teammates, but it's Cloud9 having another chance to be able to pull this in their favor.
Such a strong pulse bomb that started that fight out. Surefour really making the play to get his team in there and it give them just a slight edge, because really it was kind of a little bit equal with the way that those ults were, because, while Gods might have gotten canceled out by DeFran and Michael 3D, Rolf had that Transcendence as well, so it's not like he was going to be able to find those kills himself. A little bit, kind of equaled out, balanced out, but that was actually huge that they were able to cancel out the Reinhardt in that first one. Look at the swap, though, from DeFran. He's looking to try to beat out Gods. He pulled out the blade there.
Yeah, he did. It was another blade from him, but Kresnik falls short with his ultimate again. Maybe not adjusting to the Reinhardt Earthshatter changes as well as he maybe hoped for, because there is a lot of slanted ground here. Didn't really find anything. Still, they've got an opportunity to pull this in their favor. Like you said, DeFran is on that Winston here. We're going to hit overtime. This is the final fight we've got on the table. Oh, God's going to be taken down by DeFran. Pulse bomb's out there. Misses from Sinatra. They have the ultimate from Michael 3D. What can they find? Wolf comes through, though, trying to save his team with that ultimate.
He has the Transcendence, and that's big. That might be everything that they really kind of needed to actually push forward. Surefour with another pick on the Kresnik. Can Emong find the kill? They go through. Sinatra with 2 kills on the board. He's looking to DMX. Zephyr does it. It looks like
I think they might have it. He has a pulse bomb. He brings it out there. Doesn't find him. No, Surefour recalls to safety. They've got numbers here for the side of Selfless. Emong with the whole log. He unleashes the beast. He finds Surefour. They almost take control of the point, though. They are going to. It takes down. That is a 3-0 for